you're in luck because I'm sharing the easiest bubble foam recipe using just 2 ingredients you probably, definitely, 100% already have at home for the ultimate sensory learning experience. If you guys are new here, my name is Rachel from the Confused Millennial. I share tons of kids activities, Montessori at home tips, and more. I personally love to use bubble foam as a base for sensory bins. It's a lot easier to clean up than tons of rice, and it obviously doesn't have any food waste, which is a huge win. And it's no secret that sensory play has tons of benefits for kids. And even better about bubble foam, your kid, older toddlers, will be able to make this with you and eventually by themselves, especially if you're practicing Montessori at home, because it is a great, easy, practical life skill. So to make your own bubble foam, all you're gonna need is some water and either soap or tear-free bubble bath. Depending on the age of your child and where you plan to do this, you may want to not use dish soap but use some tear-free bubble bath, because whether your kid tends to touch their eyes a lot or they just end up sneezing and then rub their hands on their face, you don't want it to burn their eyes. And then for this, all you're going to do is follow a 2-to-1 ratio. So that's 2 parts water to 1 part soap or bubble bath. Double that or halve that depending on how much foam you want to make. And then you'll just use a hand mixer to blend it up until there's no water left in the base and you just have really beautiful fluffy foam. Now here's a little tip. If you want to extend the life of your bubble foam, so keep those bubbles peaked really beautifully, you can add a tablespoon of cornstarch, and if you don't have cornstarch, arrowroot starch works as well. As far as adding color to your foam mixture, I personally find that adding the color after you have made your bubble foam gives you a much richer and more vibrant color. So you can totally add it at the same time when you're doing the water and bubbles before you blend it, and just blend it then. But in my experience, the color tends to sink a little bit to the bottom and it's harder to bring it back up. Whereas if you've made your foam, add it onto the top and then just re-whip the top, it comes out like a really rich, beautiful color. And also that way, if you wanted to make multiple colors, you could start with just your white one, divide it off into sections, and add your color from there if you were making like a rainbow foam tray. As far as troubleshooting this, if you find there's too much water at your base, just add some more soap. If you find that your bubbles are deflating way too quickly, try adding that cornstarch to it and see if you can remix it and bring it back to life pretty quickly. And if it's not colorful enough, just add more color and then remix it at the end. Foam is great for toddlers who are resisting bath time. You guys can go do this right in the bathtub and let them have some fun and get clean that way. It's also great as a sensory bin base that you can theme, just like I did in my Halloween toddler activity video. You could also make your foam blue and add aquatic animals and all sorts of fun stuff. For even more activity ideas on ways to incorporate foam into your sensory play, as well as questions to ask your child while playing with bubble foam, I will leave a link to the blog post that accompanies this video in the description box below. So if you need to go back, reference any of the instructions from this, or just want some more ideas for playing with this, all of that will be in there. If you guys end up making this super fun soapy foam, I would love to see it. Tag me on Instagram at the Confused Millennial. Check out my super easy, soft, edible Play-Doh recipe. Go ahead, check out how to make oobleck. Both of those are also great bases for sensory bins. Till next time, my name's Rachel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or hit me up on Instagram at the Confused Millennial. Have a good one.